An open house will take place tomorrow in Roxbury for ABCD's newly renovated Opportunity Center. To tell us about the event and the services is our guest from ABCD, the president and CEO, John Drew. Thank you very much for being with us, John.
Thank you.
ABCD has had an outpost here for quite a long time, the Roxbury North Dorchester Center, and this is, if you haven't been by there lately, this is a lot bigger than it used to be.
Yeah, we've had a community site in Roxbury since 1966. And we've been in the Elm Hill off of Warren for at least 20, 25 years, which sits in back of what's the AME Church. Well, that building, which was not fully completed, went into bankruptcy. And because it's sited right next to us, it made a lot of sense for us to compete. We were successfully completed. We obtained the property, gave us about an acre right there. We're able to and have already done, that'll be tomorrow's sort of a groundbreaking for our lower level, that's called our Neighborhood Opportunity Center, where everybody comes in to get heating, get all the assistance that we do. We just moved that site right conveniently on Warren. And we're also going to do a lot of other things at that site than we were able to do before, because we have a beautiful presence there right on Warren. And next to that is part of it is a large function hall, which we're completing. And the first thing we're moving in, a planned move in September 16, will be our University High School, which is now on Tremont Street. But we're going to move it out there, provide more services directly in the community. And that'll make our third high school. One at Fields Corner we just opened. The presence, I believe, will be great for the kids right there, because we're able to integrate the services more than downtown. So I'm very excited. It's great to be having this opportunity to expand our reach within the community. We're working very closely with the AME Church. I mean, they did lose the property, but they're very gracious for working with them. And you know, I just think that this is going to be a great spot for people lots of people who need heat in the winter. We do their taxes. We're going to do classes. We're working on environmental. We have a senior center there. It'll bring life to, I think, that's bottom of Elm and Warren that wasn't there before. And so we're celebrating tomorrow. Hopefully everybody can come. Mayor Walsh, I have invited you. I'd love to see you there.
All right. One of the things, which does not sound so new, but it is very important, helping people look for jobs, do searches. Tell me what you've got planned.
Well, we're doing a variety of different things. We create development downtown where we actually have working with the unions for apprenticeship training programs. We have child care programs. We're getting people into the child care industry. And we have several other programs around the city. We're actually, ABCD itself is a job training opportunity. We take it in our Head Start program alone. We hire 650 people to run it. And the entryway for a lot of that is people who have children in Head Start and are poor or low income or whatever. They get an opportunity to volunteer, and we have an awful lot who've then gone on to get a couple of credits, and some are actually running centers to this day. So ABCD itself is an opportunity center for an awful lot of people to get their start. And we started the urban college, we've got high schools, and we're integrating all that best we can to see if we can get the first steps. Whether you're 12, 13, or 50, some people just need the first step, and then we stay with them. That's how we're going to determine to raise the graduation rate at the alternative high school, at the high school we just reopened because it was closed. It was graduating kids at 40%. That's no good. It means 6 out of 10 kids fell out. Our goal is 90%. And we'll surround the kids with a Work Smart program, which means they can work after school. We have a career orientation. If they're not in the morning, somebody's going to call them and say, "Where are you?" And we're going to do our very, very best to get the youngsters in that community feeling that somebody really cares about them, but with some discipline. And we've worked it out before, so I hope it works again. Because every one of those youngsters who get through that high school experience, get the diploma, get on track, is going to have this type of direction in life, not that.
One thing that is, at least as far as I can tell, pretty new here, the teaching kitchen. How's that supposed to work?
Well, we have in the past, and not the recent past, we've had a chef's training program where we worked in hotels and we got volunteer chefs and stuff, and actually got folks then into hotels, into other places as their first jobs with great training. So what we have bought here is a major kitchen facility, but not built out. So one idea for it is, and we haven't got that, is to build it out in a commercial kitchen, which was going to be used to actually feed the function hall, but we're not doing function hall. I'm not in the business of bar mitzvahs and weddings. That's not what we're going to do. But if you can have that kind of a kitchen, you can get a class in, you get the training, and there's so many opportunities now in the hotel. Just look at South Boston.
The event industry, right?
Yeah, we'll have to get some capital equipment to get it in there, but that is one very promising opportunity. So instead of it being a function hall, a function to serve meals to people as guests, it would be a way of training a lot of people to get their foothold into some very good jobs in hotels and restaurants, which people make a good living at.
Before I get to the details on the event, I do want to ask you about one other thing that's coming up pretty soon. It's winter and fuel assistance. How does it look?
Well, you know, it's been a hard start. First of all, we have something called the Congress of the United States, who at this point is determined to shut down the government or keep the government open or not pay their bills. So we don't know where that's going. We're on a continuing resolution, but we live with that. So we are going full bomb. We've already got thousands of people signed up, statewide too, but ABCD. But the benefits are too low. They're only about $300 less than they were last year going in. I don't know if there's going to be any more money. We have none from the legislature. Starting with that. For some people who heat with oil, a little bit less cost than it was last year, so that benefit go a little bit longer. Electricity, you're in serious trouble, serious trouble. And everybody we see is in serious trouble, particularly 50% of the people we see are 100% of poverty. That is elders living by themselves. There were two with a Social Security checks of $15,000, $12,000. So it doesn't really matter, quite frankly, whether the price of oil is $4, $2. They probably can only afford 40 cents. And so I don't know what the winter's going to be. Hopefully not like last winter.
We
but
hope
it
not.
could be. It could be.
You never know.
But it'll always be in winter.
Yes.
You'll have to heat.
There's always a need. We should mention, John, the open house tomorrow at the Opportunity Center. We should give people the time. And
10 o'clock in the morning. It's on Warren Street. And I know I got the
it's right near Charles Street, AME Church there. Yeah.
Right there. And we'll be open for a few hours. And we've invited guests, obviously, the mayor and other people that want to stop by, city councilors. But we'd love the residents to come. Actually, hosting this is ABCD, but ABCD has an advisory committee, and they're the host. They're the neighbors. They're hosting their neighbors. And I haven't seen what our guys are up to, but there'll be a lot of things to see. It'll give people a first shot at looking, because sometimes people look at things like, well, that's poverty. No. A lot of what we do is directed to people who are working. Maybe they're not making enough, but they're working hard. So that earned income tax credit, that heating assistance, getting that training. Maybe the elders come in and do some. We have a lot of things planned for that site. And basically, we want to be like we always have been, and we're in every neighborhood in the city. We want to be your neighbor, your helpful neighbor. And by the way, we'll have a lot of people from our neighborhood volunteering at the site.
Thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you.
John Drew from ABCD. Up ahead, the report from South Boston with Maureen Dayhill.